neighbor, I just text him every now and then, just kind of check in on him, see how he's doing. He's had some health things happen, so I just want to make sure he's doing okay. And today he told me that his sewer line backed up and is like pouring into his driveway. He goes, so it looks like I'll be digging today. And I just asked him some questions like, isn't that partially the township? And he said, no, from the sewer line to the main, like from the house to the main, is the homeowner's responsibility, which yes, I did know that, but I thought maybe the part that went wrong on his was actually from the township side. Anyway, point is that he said it's a 200-year-old house, and I suddenly made this correlation between houses and cars. So like when I bought this car, I did all my research and I made sure that I knew exactly when it was going to start needing money from me, like when it was going to need certain repairs, you know, the year and the mileage that things tend to kind of go to hell. Because what ends up happening is you have a perfect car, and then all of a sudden it needs more than just oil changes and brakes. And it seems like you kind of get over the hump where like everything needs to be fixed, and then you've got a great car for the next 100,000 miles kind of thing. Or like, you know, whatever that timeline is. And so honestly, houses are kind of the same way. Like certain renovations need to be done almost every 20 years, and some need to be done even more regularly. Utilities tend to turn over, you know, whether it's a boiler or whether it's like your air conditioning system, or even if you just have window ACs or upgrading to different systems. It's like there are, just like you have to take care of your body in the same way, you know, you need to like, I mean, you can't flush your blood, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, you need to service things. Things need to be serviced, and things need to be taken care of. And if something breaks, it needs to be repaired. And so that's costly. And just like you can go through all your teen years and most of your 20s injury-free and health issue-free, but then you get to a certain point and it's like, oh, wait, all this stuff is caught up with me. The same thing happens to your car, and the same thing happens to a house. So there's a phrase that I learned after my divorce when I was looking at cars for the first time in a long time, and I wanted an Audi, and I had to choose between our pickup truck and the Audi. And I think it was my uncle, he said, if you can't afford the maintenance, you can't afford the car. So understand, if you are buying a property, you're buying an apartment, you're buying a house, you're buying whatever you're buying, if it was built within the last 50 years, okay, it might not need anything. Or if you also look at what it was made from, that is also the difference between buying a 20-year-old Mercedes or a brand new Kia. Like, an older Mercedes is going to have some seriously strong parts, or like, you know, they're kind of built like a tank, where a modern day Kia is kind of built like a house of cards. Like, I don't mean to be so insulting to Kia. That's not my point here. I'm just saying that, like, you get what you pay for. And so there is something to saving up your money, to being able to buy something that's much better, or buying something that isn't super fashionable, that is older, and just getting the value out of it. So I'm going down to Florida to visit my mom, and I have had this routine of driving down, and it is costly, it is time consuming, it's exhausting, and I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm looking at, like, can I buy just a cute, cheap 20-year-old $2,000 car? And I'm gonna look for like a BMW or something that is, sorry, yes, I am driving 50 feet now with my seatbelt off. But I'm just looking at, like, okay, you know, what can I get? What do I want to get? And it's going to be older because I need it to be reliable. I need it to be reliable. I want it to be reliable. And I'm not going to get that in something that's even like 5 years old. I'm just not, unless I go for a much better make and model of car. So now I'm just ranting, but it's just a really nice comparison to be able to make, to say, like, oh, wait a second, it's not just an investment that I can make willy-nilly to buy a house or buy a car or anything for that matter. It's like you have to be willing to take care of it, and you have to know what it's going to need, and you have to be realistic about those things. I have a friend who didn't want to rent a certain apartment because it was heated by oil, and she knew that she was not going to be able to save enough money to be able to make that big payment every couple times a year to fill the oil tank. So it's like, so she wanted something that has natural gas. I mean, it's a logical thing. You need to do your research. Just like anything, you need to do your due diligence. Due diligence is so important, whether we're talking about a car, a person. You don't get what you expect, you get what you inspect. I learned that from R.C. Blakes. Love that man. But like, you really need to do your research. Do your due diligence. Do it when you hire a contractor. Do it when you start dating someone. Do it when you're buying a car. Do it when you're looking at a property. Do it when you're looking at a job. Like, you don't be desperate. Don't be desperate. Do your research.